Good morning to one and all. In the previous class, we discussed about this design of traffic signals. In this particular design of traffic signals, we are having a totally a two-phase roads and four-phase roads and three-phase roads. So that depending upon the traffic characteristics and mean time, we studied the different phases. These two are the example. That means here we are observed a particular problem. For this problem we are having a different phases. Simply they are having a cycles. That means the cycle means normally a 50 seconds or 40 seconds, 30 seconds minimum quantity they are taking, and we done all the problems with different cycle periods. Here we taken as cycle period equal to 50 seconds, and number of cycles we need to calculate within 15 minutes of period of time, so that within the 15 minutes we have a total 900 seconds. So that in 900 divided by c1 we will get 18 cycles. So that 18 is sufficient or not, we have to observe by using these conditions. In the second trial we are having a cycle period of 40 seconds. So that 15 minutes we are having 900 seconds. 1500 900 divided by 40 equal to 22.5 seconds. So that it is sufficient or not. Likely we had is observed another case also with a cycle period of 45 seconds. Likely we discussed the different cycle periods and those are sufficient or not. In the problem itself they given during 15 minutes of traffic count, road 1 and 21 during peak hours are observed 178 and 142. That means these are the 178 and 142 are the total vehicle counts. So that depending upon those vehicle counts we need to choose the period required for these signals. So that also we are having 2.5 seconds for this phase time. Those are also calculated in these particular seconds. Headway, average headway time likely. After that we have to add all those things and we have to check with this cycle period. It is sufficient or not. That means assume trial cycles 50 seconds we are having. It is 49.4 seconds. So that we need to observe the cycle period is sufficient or more than we got. Okay, using these three cycles we have got some knowledge on what is a path cycle. After that we need to design these pedestrians. That means normally pedestrians means those who are using their feet for traveling purpose. Normally few members using their bicycles and cycles, motorcycles, cars and others for transportation purpose. In some of the cases too many people for traveling a small distances, simply they are using their feet. So that whenever they are using their feet in these traffic conditions they need to face some quantities of, that means a simple 2 to 3 junctions. So that in those junctions also they have to use these signals. So that these are also one part for designing of the signals. We need to consider these pedestrians also. So that we have to give some quantity of time to these pedestrians. So that amber period normally we give it as a 5 seconds, maximum amount of 5 seconds. Minimum we will give it as 2 seconds, 3 seconds and 4 seconds likely. So that a pedestrians normally having a maximum walking speed of 1.2 meters. That means in a fraction of second they will move 1.2 meters in the particular junctions. That means normally in different areas they are moving very slow manner, but in case of the junctions they have to move some more quantity of speed. Why? Because a lot of vehicles are awaiting to cross the road, so that they have to move with some more quantity of the speed. So that they are taking at the speed of the pedestrian equal to 1.2 meter per second. After that we need to calculate what is the minimum ready time. That minimum ready time which is equal to pedestrian's clearance time plus initial interval for the pedestrian to start closing. This is the pedestrian clearance time, is whatever the pedestrians who are on the particular road surface, those have to clear the road. Why? Because if the road is clear, automatically the signal will have to change so that the pedestrians will have to clear within the proper time. Next one, initial interval for pedestrian to start crossing. It means initial interval. That means interval means a small period of time. Normally in our daily schedule we have some quantities of intervals in the morning session and afternoon session for drinking water and toilet purpose and urine purpose likely. In this particular road also we are having some quantity of interval time for pedestrians. Why? Because they need to move and they have to cross the road, so that those also we have some quantity of this interval time plus normal clearance time. And next one, minimum green time. It means what is the amount of minimum green time? Pedestrian clearance time for crossroad plus initial interval to start by pedestrian amber period. These are the same pedestrian clearance time. Initially in the red time also red time, that means minimum red time. Also we are having this pedestrian clearance time. But in case of this green time also we are having. Why? Because this green and red are both associated with 1 to 1. Why? Because green is equal to this yellow plus that means red equal to green plus yellow. So that red is directly proportional to this green time. So pedestrian clearance also same in this particular green time plus initial interval to start pedestrian minus amber period. Okay, this is the major difference between the red time and green time. Red time is normally equal to pedestrian clearance time plus initial interval, but green time equal to pedestrian clearance time plus initial interval minus amber period. In those both conditions we are having same formula, but in the green time we are having some minus value of amber time. That is the difference. What is red plus what is red means normally clearance time plus initial interval of pedestrians, but in case of green equal to clearance time plus initial interval by pedestrian minus amber time. In the green we are simply deleting amber time. Next one, what is minimum green time? Minimum green time equal to red time plus crossing minus amber time of crossroad. Normally this all this we know. Red equal to green plus, here we are observing, that means in the bottom side phase diagram we are having this red color symbol. On the above we are having this green plus yellow, so that red which is equal to this green plus yellow, you need to mind like this. Red equal to green plus yellow. Particularly here also we are having minimum green time equal to, that means red equal to green plus yellow, green equal to red minus yellow, red time of crossing minus amber time of crossroad. Normally amber is denoted with the symbol of this yellow or sometimes orange in some cases. Next one, the pedestrian signal used walking the period of not less than 7 seconds. That means a minimum road has to cross by a pedestrian within the span of 7 seconds. They don't use more than the 7 seconds. When no pedestrian signal is used, a minimum period of 5 seconds is used as a initial interval. That means in some of the roads there is no pedestrian purpose they involved. In that particular cases, whenever the signal is there, automatically in the starting period of the 5 seconds or 10 seconds, we need to give it to the pedestrians. After the pedestrians is over, we need to allow a normal traffic on the roads. Actual green time is increased based on this ratio. It means depending upon the usage of these pedestrians of the road. If the pedestrian traffic is given, we won't have to use this green time. If the pedestrian traffic is not given, automatically we have to consume some quantity of this green time as pedestrians, for pedestrians. After that we are having a problem. In the previously we discussed the problem with clearance time, green time, red time and all of those, but in case of here also the problem is associated with these pedestrians. An isolated signal with pedestrian indications is to be installed on the right angle intersections of the road with 18 meters wide and the road B 12 meters wide. Heaviest volume of for each lane, road A and road B are 275 and 225. Approximate speed is 55 and 40 kilometers per hour. Design the time of traffic and pedestrian signals. So that here we are having an isolated road. That means isolated means both are nearly equal. The width of the road is 18 meters for road A and 12 meters for road B. Okay. According to the road width, we are having some density of the particular road. That means density in terms of vehicles. 275 for 18 meters and 225 for this 12 meters. Approximate speed of the vehicle is 55 and 40 kmph. According to this data, we need to use all of this data and we have to design the time required for the pedestrians. First of all, design of traffic signals. Based on the approach speed of amber period are for road A we are having 55 kmph and road B we are having 40 kmph. So that AA equal to 4 seconds, AB equal to 3 seconds. We are simply assuming those two amber periods. A means AA means road A amber period, AB means road B amber period. Based on the pedestrian walking speed equal to normally we will take it as a 1.2 meters per second. So that road A equal to 18 by 12. So it means 18 by 1.2. Normally 18 equal to that width of the particular road 18 meters divided by this 1.2 meters. We will get 15 seconds required for crossing road A. Similarly, road B also we are having here some of the mistake. Simply they wrote road A, but in the second case we are having 12. That is road B condition. Road B equal to 12 divided by 1.2. We will get it as 10 seconds. So that the pedestrians has to use the road for 15 seconds for crossing period, and pedestrians in road B has to use 10 seconds for crossing. So that addition of 7 seconds to initial walk period, 15 plus 7 we will get a 22, and road B we will get 10 plus 7 we will get as a 17 seconds. So that we have to remove a minimum time for the pedestrian criteria. Road A equal to 15 plus 7 minus 3, road B equal to 10 plus 7 minus 4. So that these are the values we got. After that we are having a based on approach volume of green time is increased for road A with higher traffic volume using this relation, that means GA by GB equal to NA, that means number of vehicles on A by number of vehicles on B. Normally GA and GB are the green times for a road. That means normally every road having some quantity of green time depending upon the size of the road. If the size of the road increases, automatically this green time period also increases. Okay, and NA and B are the approach volumes. That means number of vehicles on A road, number of vehicles on B road. That means GA means green light period for A road, green light period for B road. GA, GB, NA and B are number of vehicles. So that we need to calculate GA equal to, we have to cross multiply GB into NA by NB. We will get it value. That means number of vehicles on A equal to 275. B equal to 225. Okay, green time equal to normally this will be calculated in the previous road A and road B. Here also some mistake. Road A equal to 19 seconds, road B equal to 13 seconds. So that green area, that means green time equal to 23.2 seconds we will get. So the total cycle period equal to GA, that means green plus A means amber period plus RA equal to reaction red time. GA plus AA plus GB plus AB. So total time required equal to for road A 23.2, we will get it as a GA, and 4 as amber period, and RA, that means red equal to GB plus AB. Normally GB equal to 19 seconds, AB equal to 3 seconds. Total time we will calculate and we will add. We will get it as a total cycle period equal to 49.3 seconds. Okay, once again I will explain. This is the total problem they given. In this particular problem we are having two roads, road A and road B. Okay, road A having a width of 18 meters and road B having a width of 12 meters. So that in those particular roads there may be some quantity of traffic. Those quantity of traffic we will relate with NA and NB. NA means number of vehicles on road A, NB equal to number of vehicles on road B. 275 and 225 are the NA and NB values. After that we are having a speed of vehicles on those roads 55 and 40. NA, that means speed equal to 55 on road A, 40 equal to road B. Okay, we need to calculate the total cycle period. First of all we have to know amber time. That means for road A amber time is 4 seconds, road B amber time is 3 seconds. Okay, after that we have to calculate the pedestrian walking. For road A the distance equal to 18 meters, so that in those particular 18 meters the pedestrians has to take to complete their walk in 15 seconds. In road B also they have to take this 10 seconds of clearance time. Okay, these two are the times utilized by the pedestrians to cross road A and road B. It means road A they have to take 15 seconds to cross those 18 meters. In road B we are having 12 meters, so that they have to consume a 10 seconds to cross road B. In addition of second 7 seconds for the initial walk period. That means we are having some quantity of initial walking period, so that we have to give a 7 extra time, so that minimum ready time for the period of road A equal to 22 seconds, road B equal to 17 seconds. So that these times we have to delete. In this purpose we are having a 3 and 4. Those are the minimum values. 3 and 4 are the minimum values. Here we are having amber period 2 3 4 seconds are taken, so that we are simply decreasing those 3 and 4 seconds here. For road B and road A, 15 plus 17, 15 plus 7 minus 3, 15 plus 7, 10 plus 7 minus 4, so that road A and road B having different time periods after total calculation. Next one we need to calculate this minimum total cycle period. That can be calculated by using this green time and number of vehicles. That means green time equal to green time for road A and green time for road B. GA and GB total two are having. After that number of vehicles on road A and number of vehicles on road B. These four values we are having on the problem itself, so that simply we have to calculate green time equal to number of vehicles 275 by 270 225 into 19. We will get green area equal to 22.3 seconds. Likely we have to calculate GA and AA equal to normally 4 seconds, GB equal to 19 seconds and AB equal to 3 seconds. 4 3 previously we are using, so that the total cycle period equal to 49.3 seconds. This is a process for calculation of this pedestrian traffic with respect to normal consumption period. In the previous classes we didn't involve these pedestrians, so that in this example we are taking those pedestrians also as a consideration for getting this total green time and red times for movement of vehicles. Hence we are having this value of that 49.3 seconds. My 0.7 seconds is neglecting, so that we are adopting 50 seconds. So 50 seconds we are adapting. In addition period equal to 50 minus 49.2, we will get as a addition time of 0.8 seconds normally. GI equal to 23.2, where 23.2 get it as GI equal 22.3 plus 0.44 equal to 23.64. This 0.44 is the additional time. and GB equal to 19 seconds we are getting plus 0.36. This 0.44 plus 0.36 equal to this zero point 0.8 seconds. Normally additional time, in this additional time also we are allocating for road A 0.44 seconds. Why? Because road A having some more length, road B having some quantity of less length compared to A, so that those lengths also divided in terms of seconds. So total ready time equal to GA plus AB. Ready time for B equal to GB plus AA. These are the two cycles. This is the phase diagrams for movement of vehicles. So that if the one phase is simply closed means automatically the remaining three phases has to move in different directions. We are having phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is completely in red direction. Remaining all three phases in green directions means there is a complete freedom to these three roads. Simply one side is movement is closed, another three directions we have a freedom for vehicles. Okay, here also we are having another single symbols. First one, the symbol is represented with a red hand. That means red hand means don't walk. These don't walk symbols are normally used for pedestrians, not to vehicles. After that, we are having this walk with green signal. That means normally a human with the help of these legs he is walking, so that those symbol is represented for pedestrians to walk. Okay, those two are the symbols normally we are using. Don't walk means only stopping of those pedestrians. Green symbol means normally going off those pedestrians. Green with a human being. Here they are simply explaining what is the symbol for don't walk and walk. Don't walk is represented with a hand symbol. After that we are having another content, that means another area of this transportation engineering. This is completely different. What are the different kinds of street furnitures? Normally furniture means in our home for decorative purpose and different utility purpose we are using this wooden and glasswares for looking purpose and utility purpose. Likely in the traffic purpose, that means the traffic we need to control. To control those traffics we are using some quantities of equipments, likely the street lights and signals and other footpaths and these middle lines we are having, so that all those are comes under these traffic control units. What are the traffic control units we are using? Those control units were named it as a furnitures. First of all we are having this roadway delineators. That means roadway delineator means in the middle of the road, means if there is a two lines, one line is simply for going and one line is simply for coming. To differentiate those two lines we will use this roadway delineator. That means simply they are separators for going vehicles and coming vehicles. Next one, safety barriers also. Next one, barricades and channelizers. Mainly these barricades and channelizers are used in the purpose of diverting the traffic whenever there is a small accidents or likely things, so that these barricades or channelizers are useful for diverting the traffic. Next one, railings. These railings also having some quantity of importance for no movement purpose we are using these railings. Next one, these traffic signs. This traffic signs means these red lights, green lights and other lights. After that, overhead traffic signs and the different utilities we are having. I told with my words there is no so that I have to see, means I will show some kind of images. By observing those images and these names we have a clear cut knowledge. Signal posts, impact attenders and traffic force, speed breakers. We are well known with these speed breakers. Next one, hazard makers and object markers. These hazard markers and object markers normally used at a place where there is a more quantity of accidents work takes place. Okay, these roadway delineators in nowadays in most of the urban cities. Example, that means bridges and other likely areas. That means in bridges we are having a small length of the bridges we are having, so that in the small length only we have to move both coming vehicles and going vehicles, so that there may be some less quantity of space between the coming vehicles and inner lane and outer lane, so that these delineators will useful at those places to bifurcate the two traffic conditions. Visual aids to the drivers concerning the alignment of the road, especially at nights. That means in the night purpose there is no proper lighting facility, so that the driver having some quantity of illness in their eyes. Means illness means they are having no proper visibility of the road, so that these lighters, that means these delineators will have a reflexible capacity, so that this reflexible capacity will useful for the drivers to bifurcate the road into two parts, so that they have to move in their within the way without any exemptions. That means no moving to other road, so that this may be having a height of 80 to 100 centimeters. Normally a 3 feet height will be used, and side facing equal to 10 centimeters means the width is 10 centimeters, height is 3 meters. That means more than 80 to 100 means similarly it is 3 meters. Here also we are having a different colors. Once we have to observe, those are simply fixed to the road by bolting mechanism. In the first diagram here we are having these three portions. In these three portions we have to fix with the particular bolt to the road surface. The second one also we are having this kind of, simply they whenever the light fall on the particular material they will reflect due to radioactive mechanism, so the driver have a better idea it is a particular middle of the road, so that we won't have to cross the middle of the road. This is the normal dimensions. In the first portion we are having a different lens, those are not necessary to us, only we need to understand what is the purpose of the particular object, in what purpose they are using, so that all those are the data regarding we are having black, and after that we are having some reflecting material, red collectors, so that we in each and every traffic delineator we are having some quantity of dimensions, so that these dimensions are mentioned here. Next one, what is a hazard marker? Normally hazard means a danger purpose. We are using some kind of hazardous accidents are occurring on those particular areas. Due to those hazardous things, so many lives are gone. Likely things we are simply observing on news and other papers. So that hazard means a dangerous activity. So that to eliminate those dangerous activities on the roads, we have to provide some quantity of these markers used to define obstructions like a guard, a rail, and an abutment adjacent to the carriageway. So that without knowing them, simply we are moving, it means automatically we have to face a clashings with these guard rails and abutments and adjacents and carriageways. So that we have to observe by simply observing these hazard markers. Normally, marker is a purpose of utilating with a board. Red markers and blue markers and black markers we are using to differentiate different headings and others, so that these are also we are having markers. Those are having a significance of showing in front of a particular road there is some quantity of things are there, so that you need to move in a slow manner. Each and every things having particular quantity of symbols, so that those are used by the symbol. First one we are having a total complete yellow portion with some circles. After that we are having complete black portion with some circles of yellow. After that we are having a total yellow board. So there are having some quantity of indication cm1 1 cm11 cmi2 cmi3 and cmi2 4 cmi2 5. Likely we are having different numbers and indications. So that here we are having a in the bottom of the portion we are having a particular signal, so that the lines are particular inclination. In the second portion there is a arrow symbol like lines. After that we are having a road with inclination, means automatically I will show with the here, that means the road you have to move in a proper way. Okay, but in the second case we need to move in straight direction. It is the way, means that means we have to move in this direction, so that it will use in front of us we are having a proper horizontal alignment with in this direction. This represent in front of us there is a horizontal alignment in this different direction. That means left direction, right direction we are having a proper quantity of horizontal alignment, so that you need to move with a some proper speed mentioned on the particular board. So that these hazardous markers are useful for us whenever we are moving on the roads. Next one, what is a speed breaker? In a normal roads we are observing these speed breakers. What is the purpose of installing a speed breaker? That means in heavy prone areas means in that particular zones we are having a huge amount of traffic with respect to these pedestrians and others, so that there may be some huge amount of traffic compared to normal junctions and others. Naturally, this kind of traffic we will observe in any other parking areas. If there is a cinema hall or any other school or any other residential building with a number of stories, so that there may be some quantity of people simply moving and coming, moving, coming. So that due to those moving and going, there may be some quantity of traffic jams. So that in those particular traffic jams, there may be a chance of getting accidents. So that to prevent those accidents and to decrease the vehicular speed on those particular areas, we have to maintain these speed breakers. In the term itself we are having speed breaker. That means whatever the vehicle is coming with a proper speed, so that the total speed will be braked by a particular item which was kept on the road, so that those items are called as speed breakers. Normally those are used near a school or a university. Normally those speed breakers are painted with white road paint with make them visible at night. That means visible at night means the vehicles are simply moving with a huge velocity, but there is no visibility of this proper speed breaker. Automatically the total vehicle have to do a clash, సో దట్ ద టోటల్ వెహికల్ మనకు ఒక్కోసారి వెహికల్స్ మొత్తం కూడా ఈ యొక్క స్పీడ్ బ్రేకర్స్ అనేవి ప్రాపర్గా విజిబిలిటీ లేకపోవడం వల్ల మనకి అక్కడే క్లాష్ అయిపోయే ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. సమ్ టైమ్స్ ద వెహికల్ హ్యావ్స్ టు మూవ్ ఇన్ ఏ ఎయిర్ విత్ ఏ ప్రాపర్ హైట్. దట్ మీన్స్ 10 to 15 feet ఆల్సో there may be movement of vehicles up to the air due to this sudden jamming, and sometimes the engine may be collapsed due to this breaking of speed breakers. So that we need to give some quantities of these symbols in front of the, that means in front and in back of the particular speed breakers, so that here we are having a speed breaker with some quantity of rise from the road surface, so that that rise is equal to normally a 1 meter, not 1 meter, they simply a half feet to 1 feet they will give this rise. Okay, in front of the particular speed breaker they will give a proper lights. That means a proper painting. That means normally painting they are used yellow paints and white paints, so that those are visible at night time also. Why? Because we are having this webg or yellow, orange, red having more amount of visibility properties, so that we are using mostly this red and yellow we are not using this orange. With respect to orange, we are using yellow. So that yellow, red, orange, we are using in traffic signals. Why? Because they are mostly visible to the persons. This is the proper speed breaker. It is the all redden portion is the speed breaker. So that in front of the speed breaker and in back of the speed breaker, both we are having some quantities of symbols to indicate in front there is a proper speed breakers, so that you have to move in a slow manner and you need to control your vehicle with decreasing of your speed. For that speed breaker also we are having different quantities of dimensions. For each 50 centimeters they are giving some lines. This is the normal, a typical plan for constructing a speed breaker. In which areas we are using means, mainly the speed breakers are useful whenever there is a school or hospital like university. That means in those particular areas we are having huge quantity of movement, so that we need to give some place for constructing these speed breakers. Next one, it is a speed marker. That means the speed marker means normally the speed markers are in this particular areas. The speed will have to restrict to normal speed. Why? Because these speed markers are useful to design a speed breaker. On the above of the speed breaker they will give some quantity of markings with yellow lines or white lines and these black lines. That means the total surface of the speed breaker, first they will give a proper white coating. After completion of this white coating, after every 15 minutes 50 centimeters they will give a band of these black spectrums, so that simply it will looks like a zebra crossings or any other, like, so that those will be understood by the road users, so that in front of us there is a zebra crossing line, so that they are having a chance of moving on those particular zebra crossing, so that they will simply slow down their vehicles. Here particularly they mentioned particular central portion of the road. In the central portion of the road they are having a proper channel. The channel will divert one way and another way, so that they are indicating with the proper symbol. Here we are having a symbol. The symbol represents hump a head. That means hump a head means there may be some quantity of increment of road. Here also they are representing hump a road. That means increment of road is there, so that you need to move in a proper way. It is a footpath. After that road having some quantity of footpath. Whenever the person wants to cross the road, simply they have to use this quantity of footpaths. Height of the circle, a built-up spray grout of 20 centimeters thickness of the seal surface, and a d equal to 1 by 25 meters distance of the normal surface of the road. All those are the representing factors for a particular speed breakers. Here we are having the speed breaker. In front and back we are having some quantity of symbols. But in case of the speed breaker we are having a quantity of symbols lie on the surface of the speed breaker, so that it is called as a speed marker. Next one we are having this guard rails. What is a guard means, normally guard we are using in cricket purpose whenever we are hitting with a bat, so that there may be chance of ball, so that we are using helmet, gloves and guards for our safety purpose in the cricket. Likely we are in the transportation purpose also we are having some quantities of guards are using to avoid accidents to pedestrians. Where we have to use these guards means, normally whenever there is a most accident prone areas, in those mostly accident prone areas we have to use these guard rails. And another one is schools and other residential complexes. In those particular spaces also we have to use these guard rails. Normally these guard rails are constructed with these steel cages, like those guiding pedestrians to subway, footbridge, and surface crossing should be set back with 1500 500 mm from the curb. That means curb means a end portion of the road, so that above the curb we have to use up to 500 mm, means simply a 50 centimeters, a 2 to 3 feet, simply a 2 feet height of these guardrails are used for diverting these pedestrians and normal traffic. After that we are having these safety barriers. Normally in recent days we are using these safety barriers. That means those safety barriers will divide the road into two parts, coming way and going way, to prevent the vehicle accidents. That means side by side clashings. These safety barriers will prevent side by side clashings used in the bridges. That means there may be no chance to construct a particular quantity of these road separators in a bridges, so that simply they are putting these safety barriers at the middle road of the bridge. It will give a direct route to the two ways, used to withstand the impact of the vehicle and deflect the same inwards, so that it will give some quantity of impact when the vehicle deflect the same inwards. These are the major important things normally we are using. Where after that we are also some quantity of things, those will explain in the next class. All those are comes under these street furnitures, where observed safety barriers and these railings and the speed breakers. Only three things in this particular safety furnitures were observed. First one is the roadway delineators. Normally these delineators have to show what is the road and what is the road center, and this is the height phenomena. Next, hazard marker. If there is any particular movements, that means the road has to give a particular horizontal or vertical course. These are used to denote in front of us there is a, in front of a particular road there is a horizontal curve, there is a vertical curve. Likely these things will give a proper matter. This is the speed breaker, where we have to use the speed breaker. What is the purpose of keeping the speed breaker? What is the minimum height and which directions we have to use these marking systems? These are the guardrails.